But enough of this new generation. This old generation is still going strong. Namely Nadal. Nadal is ridiculous, man. He's 17-0 to start the season. Incredible comeback versus Korda. That was ridiculous. I was at work keeping track of the game on my phone, and I was like texting my buddy. I was like, bro, Nadal's down a break in the third set. And then he got broken again. I'm like, dude, it's bad. 5-2. He's down 5-2. He's down 2 breaks. And it's not like a 5-2 where you're down 1 break. It's not like a 5-2 where you're about to serve and you can make it 5-3, and then all you got to do is break him once and you're back on serve. Like, it's a 5-2 with Korda serving for the game. If he held his serve, you lose 6-2. If you break him, it's 5-3, and then you serve and you hold your serve, and it's 5-4, and then he gets another chance to close it out. Like, it's bad. It's ugly. You're down 2 breaks. And then I went back to work. I had everything recorded, so I did watch the ending, but just to find out that this madman came back from 5-2 against Korda. I mean, nothing should surprise me. I've just earlier I said that, like, Ronaldo, nothing should surprise me how Ronaldo bounces back to criticisms and to, like, people pointing fingers at him. With Nadal, it should be the same thing, dude. When he's down, when it looks like he's out, like, you can't give up. You can't give up on the man, because there's so many good quotes from this moment against Korda. Like, Rublev said that he's the best fighter this sport has ever seen. I think someone else said that the whole stadium had given up. No one thought he could win except the only person that mattered, and that was Nadal. And then Nadal himself said that in tough matches like this, they're very, very tough. And if you don't think you could win, you'll lose 100% of them. And if you do think, I forgot what he said. I don't want to misquote him, but he basically said, in tough situations like this, 90% of the time you lose. 90% of the times you're in these situations, you lose. But if you don't believe you could come back, you lose those 100% of the time. And that was like, whoa, this guy's mental strength is on another fucking level. This guy's a fucking legend. What a fucking beast. Oh, man, Nadal. Like, watching him come back against Medvedev in the Australian Open and all the numerous stuff, amazing, heroic comebacks he's had. Like, never doubt this man. But I think I like Korda. Korda's cool. A lot of people have him ranked as the best American player, or the one that's going to lead the U.S. tennis back into its glory days. And I need to make another segment or another episode on the podcast, or another, whatever I got to talk about U.S. tennis players, because they're doing pretty good. I like Korda. I like serve ball, Riley Opelka. Isner still doing his thing. Hopefully Jack Sock is able to really add some fire, to add some fuel to this comeback he's trying to do. Even Cressy has the serve and volley going, and he could be, a tough match for a lot of people. Francis Tiafoe is my guy. Like, that was sick as fuck. He's dope. I always like watching him play. Taylor Fritz is dope. He has a high ceiling too. He could potentially crack top 10 this year. Nakashima, he's had some good games. I like what I see from him. He's only 20 years old. There's a lot of Brooksby. Brooksby just beat Tsitsipas right now as I was recording this. That's dope. So there's some good Americans coming up. So Korda doing his thing against Nadal. Like yeah, Nadal's my boy. That's my favorite player. I would have hated to see him lose, but I was also impressed with Korda, dude. I saw a little bit of. I went to Indian Wells last Thursday and last Friday, first day of the main draw for the men's and second day, and I saw Korda versus Kokonakis. It was late at night. It was like first day, and I was kind of tired, but I still watched them, and it was still fun. It was good. Korda took care of Kokonakis. Kokonakis not a bad player. Grand Slam champion in doubles with Kyrgios, and Korda, beat him pretty handily. So I got to see firsthand the talent that he has, and his forehand was on fire against Nadal. It looked like he was just gonna, like, you could see why Korda was winning. Like, obviously Nadal, like he said, it was probably the worst match he's played in a long time, and the worst match he's played this year. But Korda was also playing really, really good. So I was like, okay, good for Korda. This is good for American tennis. Sucks that my boy Nadal is, the one at the end of it, but good for Korda. And Nadal is just a monster, dude. Just comes back. I'm glad to see how Korda take it. I would have liked to see him take it a little bit rougher, just because I want him to be hungry and to want to win everything, and for it to sting, for it to hurt, so that next time it fuels you. But it's not a bad thing that he took it in stride. Like, he was playing against his hero. He took it in stride. He took it in a good way. So it's not bad that he took it that way. And Nadal down a break against Dan Evans today, wins the first set, wins in straight sets. He has Riley Opelka next, so that should be fun. Riley Opelka took care of Shapovalov today, and serve ball. We'll see how that plays out. So he has another American in the draw, but I got to see Nadal practice, and he's a monster. He actually responded to something that I said. He was like beating himself up over a point that he lost in the practice to Tsitsipas. He was like saying something in Spanish, and I think I said, "No pasa nada, no pasa nada," or "Está bien," and then he just basically like acknowledged what I said. So that was pretty cool. I was telling the crowd around me, I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's because we're boys. Like, that's my boy right there. We're about to go get coffee after this practice or something." It was a fun time. I couldn't believe that Nadal was like 10 feet away from me. That was insane. And then not watching, but like watching it on my phone, how he was losing to Korda and the way he came back. Just crazy, man. This man's ridiculous. 17-0 to start the season. And if he's able to win this with clay season right around the corner, the sky's the limit for Nadal. Even if he doesn't win Indian Wells, what a start to the season. This man's a monster. My favorite player. In my opinion, the GOAT. Anybody can have whoever they want as the GOAT. My opinion, Nadal is the GOAT. And like he just keeps amazing me. And I'm just going to continue to enjoy his tennis as long as I can, because Father Time's undefeated. But man, like, these greats are pushing him. Brady, it looked like Brady was about to hand Father Time his first loss. Nadal is trying to give him his first loss. Like, it's just incredible what these guys are doing. But shout out to Nadal for killing it at Indian Wells. Incredible stuff.